Alrighty, we are back and about to go into our second series here of the evening. Now we've got, again, the Seoul Dynasty getting ready to go up against the Guangzhou Charge. Guangzhou certainly have their work cut out for them given the form that Dynasty have shown in their last few matches. But at the same time, we actually saw a very close game played there just yesterday by the hands of the Guangzhou Charge. So maybe they can make it happen again. We'll just have to wait and see.
They got, it was like the third reverse sweep we've had so far in the league this season. Two of them were the Glads losses now. Guangzhou as well getting reverse swept. Shanghai keeping their pearls clutched nice and firm. And for Guangzhou Charge, developed popped off, especially on those first two maps. Then he kind of tapered out. Choice of one wasn't carrying as hard either. It felt like Guangzhou Charge had so many opportunities to still keep things in line. But maybe, I don't know if it's the inexperience of some of the players, if it's just the lack of cohesion. Guangzhou Charge trying to make a dive back in the final week of the qualifiers here before the tournament phase actually kicks off, and they're trying very hard, and that would have been a dynamite win. Can you imagine if Guangzhou beat Shanghai? That would have completely turned the standings up on its head. But
oh, absolutely. I mean, it would have been wild. I mean, very much like when we, had the near victory for the Dynasty versus the Valiant. It was one of those other things where it would have just been basically earth-shattering. The amount of effects of that would have on the overall standings and the understanding the power rankings of these teams. Dynasty, though, have since shown that they absolutely can be the top dog after they very handedly won their last two matches. We'll see, though, if they can do it again. Can they maintain the form? It's really been on the back of, it's been a shared effort, honestly.
Right.
It's not been on anyone in particular's back. Oh. Smurf looking incredible in their last matchup.
Look at Creative's back.
Yeah,
well, look at his back. I mean, I think it is on the back of Creative's back. He's always the one getting the massages.
They're getting them ready to carry.
Break. Exactly. And you know what? It takes some strong back muscles, get those delts going to land those 6 sleep darts, which I think Creative has been one of the more consistent players, super high value. I mean, he somehow just always gets the right sleep on the exact right target at the right times as well. It really is, in my opinion, between Seoul and Hangzhou as the #1 team in APAC right now. They're in that kind of #1, #2 hovering, right? Both have just been absolutely sick. And yesterday, Seoul's 3-0 sweep over Philly kind of, for me, cemented their domination of this region, while Shanghai is still just kind of on the comeback. They struggled versus Guangzhou. So Shanghai are definitely not top dogs. Could be Seoul, though. And if they sweep again, which I think should be the expectation, but don't sleep on the Charge. They had a good game versus Shanghai. Who knows?
We will see. It's been a while since, of course, these guys have squared off against each other. Week 12 last year. And it was a close game. 3-2 on that scoreline. Charge looking a little bit weaker coming into this season, but rallying it back here in that match just yesterday. We'll see if they can make it to that Game 5 scoreline yet again. No, I said that for Fusion versus Chengdu. We got pretty darn close, but no cigar. We'll see if the Charge can get it done, though.
And scorelines as well here. Seoul Dynasty sit 3-1 with the best map differential. Guangzhou are sitting at number 6, 6 out of 7 here, 1 and 3 at -5, and Seoul's at +5. So we're looking at direct opposites as far as team results have gone. Opening composition, Smurf coming through on the Winston. Love that for this type of map. Krong, well, he is the off-tank player, so it's going to be Zarya for him to start things out with.
Push away from the high ground. Smurf was trying to dive up, but they wanted to just TP across, get on top of the Winston. Not able to do so. Now is pretty much without a target. Just sat here looking for something to do. Point going to be unlocking. Right now seems like Charge very much in a nice position to get this initial lockdown, but Smurf is forward contesting it. TP into the back. You can see the outline there on a choice A1 as he tries to get on top of some of these supports. Peel comes in. Creative throws down the bio grenade. Keeping it topped up. Now they look to recontest this and try to wrest control away from the Guangzhou Charge. So far, no kills being found by either side.
The cap is mostly there for Guangzhou right there. 3 quarters done. Seoul Dynasty are finding it somewhat difficult to stay on. Here's the dive we've been waiting for. That's the power of the Seoul Dynasty. Smurf the back line. Prophet, not sure if he was there, but it doesn't matter. Far away is the first kill.
Yep, they find that pick, and that might just be enough here for them to flip this. And now with choice A1 going down, as 2 members eliminated on the side of the Guangzhou Charge, unless they can make a bit of a miraculous turnaround here, should be seeing this conceded over to the Dynasty after not much time in control. We'll go ahead, play forward, keep it contested, try to accrue as much as they possibly can, but the flip comes in just before they hit 20%.
Vindame got really active on the kill feed yesterday versus Fusion. He's doing that straight away on Oasis City Center here. Seoul Dynasty playing that neutral situation super patient. Again, they're a dive team. They're not a brawl team. They're not running the Zarya just yet. They need to be looking for dive targets so that Smurf and Prophet can get on those together. We saw clips of their game yesterday of how much together this duo of the Smurf and Prophet really fit to nail these targets and give you these player advantages. They're nearly on 5 ultimates, by the way, so Charge need to do some catch-up.
Prophet getting tagged low, still holds on to the recall. So he's not under enough pressure to force out that major cooldown, so waits for it. Now wraps around the back, he's looking for far away yet again, but has been spotted. Dive in, Fitz there with attack visor, finds two, the sleep comes in, but it's already way too late. Farway cannot hit him fast enough. Strong cleaned up, Choice A1, the only one left alive, just hiding around the corner. Fitz moving forward, going on the hunt for him, but haven't spotted him, but now he will make his presence known. Does manage to find one, and then will make his exit.
Developed also popped the visor there, but, you know, Creative had a nano. Farway didn't end up getting that nano over. Unique no sound barrier to try and counter it. Vindame would have been able to drop his as well. So the fact that Seoul kind of get away with just only a nano visor combo while still getting another ultimate out of Guangzhou is massive for the economy. A one-player advantage now means Guangzhou cannot engage. They're going to have to wait for Choice at 1. They want to grab, but again, this is going to be a matchup where grabs will be hard to find. It will probably have to end up being Seoul and Smurf, and Smurf has a primal, so there's really nothing that Charge have that can work over the Seoul Dynasty unless Choi develops somebody can land on a player that should probably be dying.
Okay, well, Prophet
maybe
not
this is
find
it.
The connection there. Okay, the sleep comes in, but now the grab thrown down as well. Catches Smurf, and they will just devastate those two members at the side of the Seoul Dynasty. Setting themselves up nicely here for the flip. Creative as well, going to fall. Develops tracking him down off that high ground. The flip comes in, now in control for the Guangzhou Charge. See how long they can hold it right now. Still waiting on that Death Blossom to become available, but they find a nice stagger onto Fitz at the end.
I think, yeah, Fitz is looking for an angle that he can play through when the team comes back. I think the reason why, and I'll give Smurf the benefit of the doubt, because he could have stopped himself from dying there. He didn't pop Primal because Prophet is dead and they want to come back with more ultimates. So they're happy to give Guangzhou some cap. They know they're on 97 themselves as Seoul. So at this point, hold on to the Primal, come back and use it for another situation. As Guangzhou Charge do equalize on ultimates, so this is a lot more playable for the Charge now.
Bionade flips on the 2. Prophet still plays through that, finds the kill on the far away. Sound barrier perfectly timed as the Death Blossom gets dropped in. Fitz, however, still going to die. There'll be a trade out on the Soldier 76s, though. Still a trade up for the side of the Dynasty as it's now a 3-for-1. Jumping forward, they're looking for Unique. They take him low, they force him out of position, and now he needs to be the one to try to touch. He's going to be slept. He will manage to make this contest. Vindame quickly cleans up the kill, and now they look for Trong. Hidden into the corner. The body block from Smurf is absolutely massive. That forces the nano out from far away, trying to keep Trong alive and in the fight. Medium energy here for now, looking for a target, trying to make his exit, but Prophet will give his life for the Pulse Bomb kill. It's the elimination in the end as they look to clean up the rest of the members here on the side of the Guangzhou Charge. Choice A1 taken out of the fight. Vindame going aggressive, lunging around the corners, looking for a target. Won't find one, but the Seoul Dynasty will find a round victory here on City Center, 165% to start it off.
And Fitz really, I think, had a pretty monstrous game there as well, because what you have is Smurf and Prophet kind of taking so much of the attention away from the Guangzhou Charge. I think a lot of Fitz kind of had a free game where I don't think he was really pressured that much, except for the one time, you know, he does die when he's looking for an angle and hiding and trying to lurk, right? But Prophet even getting himself killed via the Pulse Bomb ends up being pretty worth, because getting rid of Krong, especially on a Pulse Bomb, which should be rare. You're playing Tracer to Zarya, which I spent some time during our last matchup talking about how that is a difficult thing to do. The fact that he still finds this and, oh, okay, he recalls into it. I think Krong probably didn't do that on purpose. Krong looked like he was just moving. If Krong actually knew where Prophet's recall location was, that would have been way too 9 here, but I'll call that one an accidental kill, but a 1-for-1. Smurf comes out on a Rhine for this map.
He does change it up a bit. We've seen Smurf feeling a lot more comfortable as of late with some of these tank change-ups. A little bit rough at the beginning, but now he's definitely been able to steady out a bit more. Minor skirmishing so far, finding too many connections. He's developed, trying to find some heads to put some arrows through. Wall cutting off the vision there for far away, making sure that he can't push out any sleep darts, any heals to his teammates. They force the reposition. Now Prophet well out onto the flank. Wraps around that far left side, looks for a little bit more. Wall comes up, they look for the cutoff. Everybody just piling up over top of it as Smurf takes a little nap. Fitz will end up falling off screen. Choice A1 finding that elimination. Now look for a little bit more, but they still don't control the point. It's still being capped for the moment by the side of the Seoul Dynasty. Another wall goes up, Prophet forced to ice block. Self-protected as Smurf loses out on the shield, tries to make his exit.
Wow, Choi.
Sliver of HP remaining though, and will get cleaned up as Choi Se-wan, yeah, he's going absolutely nuclear, comes up with 3 kills.
Yeah, I mean, he gets the opening pick right to force the 5v4. Seoul Dynasty get no value off these May walls. The first wall that actually came up was pretty decent from Prophet, but you see the response from far away was, we're going to get the sleep onto Smurf. Saves the life of Krong, who I think actually got caught. Unique was fine because he could just go over that wall. Really, it was Krong that Smurf and Prophet were looking for. And Seoul Dynasty, they've given up the Ryan composition now. They've kind of said, okay, this is too hard to play. We're not shutting down Choi. Nano out from far away onto Krong now as they get Prophet down.
Yeah, Prophet's going to be eliminated. Krong building up. Grab nearly online. Has it available. Shouldn't need to use it in the fight. He's going to do it all the same spot. Smurf by himself. The Nano comes out in response to Creative and try to keep him alive, and they successfully do so. In the meantime, cleanup kills come through onto the DPS members of the Guangzhou charge. They lose out on both. Krong trying to play forward versus this high-energy Smurf. Just charging up around the corner, takes him low. Sound barrier going to be dropped in by Unique, shields up just about everybody. Answering barrier now here from Vindem. Prophet is eliminated first and foremost, so they do not have their Genji in the fight. He is not building up for a Dragon Blade, and that's already been moving very slowly. Still only at 30%. Attack Visor about to come up. The blade is there from Choi Se-wan. Gets on top of Fitz yet again. Finds that elimination. Jumps right in on top of Creative's head. Will slice Vindheim for a kill. Prophet on the return. Will find Choi Se-wan, but it's a little too late here for Seoul Dynasty in the fight.
I mean, Seoul Dynasty trying their best to save members there. Bubble, the boot from Vindheim as well, and still Choi Se-wan converts on the secondary kill. He's actually going to go towards the Tracer now, which is really interesting because I think the Genji has been so good so far. Dragon Strike coming on through.
Grab from Smurf, didn't quite see where that one went, but Prophet dead to the Dragon Strike. Looks like he ends up coming up with 2 anyway. Fitz now popping the Attack Visor, getting melted down. It looks like this just might be 100-0 in response from the side of the Guangzhou charge. 9% left to go. Smurf is swapping over to the ball.
Yep, it is legal, but I don't think it's very good. This is just going to be one of those moments where Smurf knows he's got a touch. He's not going to do another Doom. They've touched, so technically not C9, but they're not going to win.
Yeah, one after the other. They will manage to touch and they will go down. That is 100% now to 0 in return. What a round from the Guangzhou charge. Absolutely putting their foot down.
But I got to say, Seoul coming through with a Rhine is just such a... I think it is totally valid on a map like University in this 3-round series for Oasis. Unfortunately, they couldn't find value on the ice walls. Prophet, initial wall, decent. Secondary wall, not great. While that's all happening, Choi Se-wan dancing around the sides, jumping as Genji, looking for frags, gets one, converts further. Smurf is unable to get a brawl going against Krong at all. I mean, Seoul don't even fully, I think, invest into the brawl compositions because it's not like they're playing Lucio Bap or anything. So Seoul Dynasty swapping rather late on that Oasis, and Prophet never even got a blade, so Choi and the rest of Guangzhou Charge just had that momentum going all the way from 0 to 100.
Well, here we go. Last round to determine who's going to be walking away victorious on Oasis. Just they want over to the Reaper. Prophet matching. Perfectly mirrored compositions from both of these 2 teams. Already, Guangzhou charge forcing Seoul Dynasty back off the flank angle as Prophet is on a bit of a walkabout bout by himself. Gets up to the high ground, puts some pressure there on to develop. Forcing his position. Choi Se-wan in the meantime going to be taking a nap with Creative. Goes down. Krong finding the elimination. First cap comes in for the side of the Seoul Dynasty, snatching that up, and now Fitz finds develop. He may just be able to hold this for an extended period of time. Prophet being pooped away, but Fitz finds yet another kill, and it seems like things are looking good for Dynasty. Sleep here on to Fitz, but no one really, I was going to say no one to capitalize. It's going to be Unique. Never mind. The man is just putting up numbers. 2 kills for him. He's looking for a little bit more. It's the right-click boop back here onto Prophet, trying to keep far away alive, but as the rest of the Dynasty do collapse, Unique is just run out of options, has to watch his fellow support die.
It's Combat Lucio Day on Oasis, both Vindheim and Unique, putting up some frags in the kill feed. Good opening camp from the Seoul Dynasty, and they hold it as well, despite the heroics of Unique. It was Fitz and Prophet to get those opening 3 kills. Prophet looking to challenge that high ground as well. No ultimates to play through, but Smurf is absolutely outpacing Krong by a mile.
That he is. 75 towards, compared to 43% right now here for Krong. Smurf to build this up rather rapidly. Throws a bubble down on a Prophet, trying to get some energy, but so far he's been fairly starved of it. Rebels now on cooldown. Choice A1 down to half HP. Has to make his exit. Will be able to do so safely. Attack Visor as well. Slight outpacing here as Fitz gets his first develop. Not too far off. Now has it. There's going to be the Nano. Invested. He pops it. He's looking for a target. He's going to find Vinham first and foremost. Now gets Prophet. The grab is there from Smurf, but with Prophet out of the fight, there's just not enough damage to try to turn this. Fitz now, though, does pop his own. The Nano is going to be used on the Smurf to try to keep him alive. He finds an initial kill on the Choice A1. The Seoul Dynasty still hold the point. Creative, however, taken out. Now it's just all on Vinham to try to offer up some healing. The Smurf desperately needs some of it. 88 HP remaining as he goes up to the high ground to try to contest. He gets to 100 energy. Threatens the soldier but cannot get the kill. Looks like it's just a matter of time now as Prophet tries to extend this to 99. Won't be able to do so. The flip will come through, but Dynasty with a massive lead here on the point.
A great healing from the Guangzhou charge as well. The sound barrier coming on in, far away, going for a defensive bio nade, keeping everyone alive. Most importantly, develop so you can get those frags using that nano visor. Seoul Dynasty fits his own visor, not enough to respond. Smurf had a lot of energy. We were watching him at nearly 100, but lacking supports and lacking healing, there's only so much he can do. Choi looking to farm up this Death Blossom. Death Blossom should be the next protocol, but Krong will do one of those grabs Fury did a little bit earlier. So two in the same day.
Little Nene maneuver right there. Sound barrier going to be dropped in by Vinham, and Prophet says, okay, it's go time. Only going to find one with the Death Blossom, but stands back up, 18 HP. Then he falls down to, gets the Wraith Walk off. Choi tries to answer, but it's way too overzealous. They are so disengaged to get some healing back through. And it finds absolutely nothing. Now the staggers are there, both supports eliminated. See, Develop swapping over to the Tracer is going to have to be the one to touch. He does force out the overtime, but he ends up falling. Creative finding the kill. Now Krong dead. Unique is trying to get there, but just can't quite make it happen. And the Dynasty will respond in kind. A very dominant last round here on Garden to close out Oasis.
And that's that 94 lead that Seoul Dynasty had on that Gardens that they can really use through a charge. Have to win every single fight, hoping that after shutting down Prophet's Death Blossom, that Choi's own Death Blossom would be the answer. I don't know if I saw a bubble there or not, but Choi goes in. You said overzealous. I don't know if he had the right support. Maybe he was just overzealous. But in either case, doesn't find them the map win. And for the Guangzhou charge, happy that they did pick up University, but I think Seoul Dynasty were maybe a little bit off meta, which sounds weird because, you know, Smurf is a main tank and Ryan should be good for him, but I just felt they didn't really play the full Ryan comp. Maybe they could have tried that. A little unsure there. Choice of one popped off on the Genji, and Guangzhou charge got 1 out of 2 there, but won't get the map overall.
No, they will not. Well, there you go. A 1-0 start for the side of the Seoul Dynasty, who are trying to get another sweep. Clean 3-0 under their belts. This is the right foot forward for them. Guangzhou charge, though, still looking fairly competitive, especially on that second round, but we'll see how they fare going into map number 2. That's going to be coming up in just a few minutes. I did it. I finally made the mistake. There we go. I'm muted. Welcome back, everybody. We're just one map into this series between the Seoul Dynasty and the Guangzhou Charge, as Dynasty were able to take the lead on Oasis 1-0. That also makes Avril and I 1-1 on mic mistakes. But yeah, I'm excited to go into the second map, see how they pilot it. And hey, look what I found during the break. I've got a gray button-up shirt, just like you. I'm going to throw it on, and now we look like twins.
Good, because, you know, we were supposed to be matching today. You clearly didn't follow the memo. Now, if we only matched our lighting, we could really look like twins if we matched our lighting properly. This is our uniform for today before we go and fight whatever we fight in the Marvel universe. But in any case, that was a Doctor Strange and Wong reference for those that didn't get it. Circuit Royale is where we're headed. Obviously, no substitutions here because there's no other tank available for Seoul, and well, there is another tank available for Charge, but this is an off-tank map, so we're going to play more Zarya. Same as usual here. Don't expect too many different things in comps outside of Widowmakers. The develop versus fits will be the talking point as far as Widow battles will go. I'm pretty sure every team on this map is just running Widow now. You really can't not, as soon as one team does get a lot of value off of that one. And could be more Reaper play coming on through beyond that. Potential for Genji there as well. Prophet played a tiny bit of Genji. Prophet hasn't played that much Genji so far, I feel, compared to everyone else. He's played a lot of Tracer, though.
There he has. So they have pieced together for us here. As, yeah,
delicious.
I know Prophet, you know. Just keep teasing it. Not going to happen. No one's going to play the Sojourn. We only see it in overtime.
With leave. Only leave and only in overtime.
He's the only one.
He says he does it, by the way. He says he does it because it's OT and people might not notice that he swapped and he might be able to get sneaky with it. But I still don't buy that enough. No, that doesn't do it for me still.
I don't think that adds up, considering that every time we've seen him do it, he basically just has to rush the cart. So it's not like he's able to go on like any kind of flank mission or anything like that. He just
and it's not really faster than Tracer. It's not faster than Tracer. Doesn't have the survivability Tracer. I don't know. Really nice kind of bubble whip hookshot play by Develop there, but Fitch doesn't die. Nothing really happens. I think maybe Develop hits somebody. Develop's on 12 charges. He's definitely hitting something. Prophet's got to go for. Oh, they're playing double hit scan even. Okay, interesting.
Yeah, so we've got double sniper with the Sigma here from Smurf. Try to cut off those sightlines from Develop.
This is like full poke. Yeah, there's a full poke composition, and it's either going to be pocketed Ash, I believe, is what that is.
Okay, well, Prophet finds one. Far away, taken down. Creative out of the fight, but Viname quick on the res. Puts him right back into the mix, and Fitz will scope in. Takes the head off of Choice A1. Barrier removed for just a moment. Develop playing with long sight lines right up here through main, but the rest of the team is just dying, and he's got to hightail it the hell out of there.
That's why you got rubber shoulders, man. Creative. Get that damage on the back. Seoul Dynasty pushing on forward, not a lot of resistance from the charge. We'll be interested to see what Choice One wants to do here. Is he going to stay on the Tracer? The problem I have with Tracer on a map like this is there's not that many great angles to play. Especially on A, it's just one lane. There's nowhere to flank. You can't really get behind the team. Even Choice positioning now, he's on like a dive angle, but no one can really dive with him. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting for him. Smurf's just solo pushing, unimpeded.
Yep, just move the cart forward. Krong finally swings out from indoors to contest him just a bit. Bubbles expiring as Fitz right up and close here with Unique, but Prophet comes to the rescue, spraying down unscoped. Gets that elimination. Now they look to finish this first point with plenty of time remaining. Faraway taken down. Smurf finds that elimination. High energy here for the side of Krong, but the Discord Orb is in. Creative's got the headshots, and you know what? It's not what we expected, but I am loving this from the Dynasty right now.
And we don't see a lot of Zen. Again, this is not on the Zen kick patch, you can see, because Zen doesn't have 225 HP. So this isn't even the super buff Zen. This is like standard Zen that usually otherwise wouldn't get gameplay. You'd probably even question why you'd play it. But credit to the Seoul coaching staff who've kind of formulated and created this composition. It is demolishing the Charge, because Charge, their team needs to kind of brawl with the Zarya to overrun this Sigma, but Seoul have just got everything under lock, and they got all these angles to play through. You can't walk up. Choi needs to look for a boss bomb, gets one, that's good, but it could get rezzed.
And it will, but him putting him back into the fight very quickly. Choice A1 just tucking in behind on the stairway, trying to stay alive. And Viname pulls out his pistol, and he's going to headshot kill Develop. The Battle Mercy getting into the action. Choice One tries to dive into the back, saw a low HP member there on the side of the
It's a
Dynasty,
wash.
could not get the kill. And yeah, this is just a steamroll right now. They are crushing the charge.
I mean, you could argue this is kind of like a low healing comp as well, but they're not even taking damage. Like Seoul, all they got to do, if Charge look like they want to get aggressive, Seoul back out a little bit, they outpoke Charge entirely. Trance is available now, so at best, Charge will force out this Trance with a grab.
Sun there on to Krong, does hold the grab. Medium energy thus far, the Trance already going to be used. Smurf not going to be able to get the kinetic. Will go ahead, try to keep himself alive now, but ends up getting melted down. Good anti out onto him. Forces the hand of the Dynasty, forces that kill to come through. The rest of the team now retreating back. Vinheim falling low, just trying to stay ever elusive, but can't quite escape here from Krong. Manages to pursue forward, find that elimination. The support's now out of the fight. Dynasty gonna have to reset. That being said, Krong still taking a hell of a lot of damage. Prophet gets it.
Yeah, it took a while, but you know, Prophet getting one on the way. I had a fun step before Prophet got that kill. My fun fact so far for this map was that Creative had more final blows, equal final blows compared to Prophet and Fitz together. So that's 6. Creative has still got 6 final blows. Prophet had 4, Fitz had 2. Now Prophet's got 5, so they combine now the Prophet duo has more than Creative, but previously that Zen was fragging out of this world. As the composition does change slightly.
We saw the man getting his massage before the game started. He was ready to carry as the Owl swapped over onto the Ana, obviously. And Choice they want it far away, both going to get picked. Nice little dink into the back of the head there onto Krong, just softening up the Zarya. Fitz going for the pop shot. Doesn't take much to kill develop off. Gets it all the same. There's the cleanup and the cap on B. A little bit of time bought, but still going to be 3.5 minutes now for the final stretch for the Dynasty.
And you're probably wondering, okay, why did they change compositions? Yeah, it seemed like the poke comp was working outside of losing the fight because I guess the Trance was popped a little early compared to where the Grav was. They're actually gearing up for C. They don't want to be playing Sigma poke on towards the C push, so they change early that they're already on their preferable C composition while not even having Cat B yet because they're confident that they can come back Cat B using this comp and then just transfer and scale directly into C. And Prophet might even consider switching a little bit later on because now that Smurf's on Zarya, you do actually want a Reaper there as well. So the Bob will come out to play for the next fight, then ideally Prophet dies and goes to Reaper.
See if he does. But now just holding on, just moving up the cart.
Even a Genji or a Hanzo.
I mean, he's like, yeah, I can just contest the high ground, sends the Bob in, there's the sleep. Far away dealing with that for now. See if Bob finds any value once he does wake up. He's going to turn his sights over to Unique, whose shield is rather low. A little bit of chip damage. Bob will make his grand exit. The cart, however, has gained so much space that has already moved up just in front of the point. Prophet receiving the bubble. That's going to cleanse off the ante. And you can see Dynasty disengaging for just a moment.
Seems like the Bob was enough. I mean, you put in a Bob that gets slept, but then Charge fall asleep at the wheel with it. Choi now going deep, slept immediately.
Oh boy. Great sleep there from Creative. Throws out an Ana onto Vinheim as well just to keep him alive. Choice One has to make his exit. Effectively just not getting to play the game at all there for about 6 seconds. Bubble out from Smurf. He's waiting for that to expire. Now starts throwing in the right clicks. Nade comes down. They're trying to keep Smurf sustained. Seems like they're doing a good treat of it. Now he's going to throw the grab. Bubbles expiring here. Choice One, the first focus target. They will find the elimination. They're looking for a little bit more. Counter grab and a bit of a panic. Krong trying to keep them contained, trying to keep himself alive. Cannot do so. Is backed into a corner. That will be the extended wipe coming through. Far away. Nothing that he can do. This has to let the cart roll in. And it's 1 minute and 38 seconds here as Seoul Dynasty complete Circuit Royale.
And Seoul just look indomitable. I mean, Seoul's performance, even with, you know, the hiccup on University, still look like the cleanest team, the highest caliber team. Certainly look better than Shanghai. They, I think they lost to actually Hangzhou in the early games that we had. But regardless of that, I mean, they're looking
they did.
Damn on fire. Creative in particular. Holy cow, what is going on? Insane final blows on that Zen. Comes back on an Ana. Just starts destroying that sleep dart onto a Nano Choi, which would have been, that's the comeback for Guangzhou Charge. And I said earlier in the pre-show, before we got into this, Creative somehow always lands the perfect sleep dart on the exact target that they need it on. Out of 5 targets, one of them is the highest priority, and Creative will always find that highest priority target somehow, some way. Then the pocket healing onto Smurf when he was in trouble. Smurf didn't go down, he was caught, Creative just keeps him up. Insane stuff.
Yeah, I mean, just pumping him with heals, and then the instant sleep as Choice One tries to come out. You see the Nano there, just to make sure that Unique can't get the kill on the Vinheim. Beautifully done by Creative, who is maybe trying to put himself up there for a player of the match. And right now, you know what?
It's that shoulder massage.
I'm buying it.
Shoulder massage. Every player needs a 5-minute shoulder massage before we get on in, because it's making all the difference.
Yeah, time to hire some more. I don't know what the plural
masseuses
masseuse would be. Masseuses.
Masseuses.
Masseuse.
Unleash the heat. Masseuse. Unleash the masseuse.
Yeah, big masseuse on the Dynasty there. Now, on the attack, Guangzhou charge. Let's see what they can get done. Choice A1. Not, not going to be feeling like going for a double sniper attack, just like we saw from the Dynasty. He goes to the skies with the Echo. Pocket is there from Unique. Help with the jump shot. He's looking for Fitz. He might have just spotted him there right as he hits the ground.
That would have been shot of the year if he lands that onto Prophet as he's falling down from the hook and Prophet's going up. We'll just play this one slowly. Again, no Sigma for Smurf. He's looking for a fight in the Zarya versus Zarya heads up. Main tank player on Zarya versus off tank player on Zarya. It's a good time, and Smurf has been... Well, he's actually quite low at the moment.
Yeah, does get beamed down there.
He's been dominating, but he's dead.
Making use of that kit. Now Farway as well, finding Prophet. Gets the shots through. Let's develop. We'll get another piece of the puzzle, and the cart now has a considerable amount of space opened up for it. Krong just going to be taking a little bit of a nap. Still is being brought forward. And that's already over halfway to point A here for the side of the charge.
It's a good amount of progress off the back of Choice F1. If they need to do something about this, they are kind of letting Choice F1 getting away with it when, you know, Widowmaker's kind of there to keep them in check. Prophet also can. Well, he's Prophet's going to have a harder time because he's not being pocketed. I think that's also going to make a difference. The Unique pocket versus Vindame on the Brig. There it is. Fitz will trying to finally take on Choice F1, but it should get rezzed.
Unless quite see where it happened. It looks like, yeah, they're not going to be able to get that res. The rest of the Dynasty just rushing forward to make sure that they cannot bring him back into the fight. So, time bought. There'll be 2 minutes remaining in the time bank here. Not too much further to go, though, for the side of the Guangzhou charge to go ahead and get that 2.5-minute top up on the time bank.
This, by the way, is the most important part for Vindame to find success, because this is where they can brawl, right? The reason why they're playing Brig Zarya is because they're more focused on the ground game, whereas Unique pocketing on the Mercy is more focused on allowing guys like Choice F1 and Develop to get the kills. Now it's 5v4.
Yep, really great capitalization there. Choice A1 putting himself in the perfect spot to take down Fitz after that initial bit of damage. Now they're rushing up Krong, just zoning everybody back. There's the cap coming through. Time added to the time bank, and still 100 energy. Needs to be feared right now.
Smurf should die.
With the sliver of HP. I mean, where is he? They can't find him. The bubbles come back up, and he's narrowly surviving. Choice A1 really pursuing deep for it. We'll find that elimination. Looks like they might get Prophet as well, and they do. This is huge value here for the side of the Guangzhou charge.
This kind of stagger is exactly what they need, because they're behind on time. They got slowed down considerably on A, and this free push is perfect. I mean, those super late kill Smurf running away on 1 HP, and they do that because Creative and Vindame were the two players that actually got taken down by the charge. So all these other guys taking poke on their way out, those exit frags can't get healed up, so perfect opportunity to extend their lead as far as kills go.
Good bubble out on the pitch will keep him alive. The Nano as well going to be invested onto the Widowmaker. Unideal
that
for
can't
sure
be
here
right.
for the side of the Dynasty, but that's a bit of a panic. Someone getting jumped on, they wanted to save him. Unfortunately, they committed a hell of a lot of resources to it. Prophet now dead to a poison grab. Grab will come through. Counter grab going to be lobbed in a little bit too deep there, and Fitz. They might not have the nano now, but he's still managing to find some value. Gets rid of Choice A1. Rally rolling the grab right here. Does contest the cart though. Bionade slapped down. Counter nade is in. Smurf goes out. Vindame will manage to survive. They're still going to try to contest this card right here. As Prophet goes in, gets the duplicate, says, yeah, you got rid of my Zarya. I will just become the Zarya. Builds up some energy, tries to get the grab online. Everybody's contained in that corner right now. If he can get it ready to go, it would be absolutely massive for him. He spots him. He's going to lob it in, pulls together, Develop, and Farway. So far the kill's not being found yet, but as he goes back into his Echo form, will be able to have it. Now Krong, the last one standing, stands no chance. And as the bubble expires, the beam will finish him off.
Good decision making there by Prophet. He understands not going to beat Krong in the 1 versus 1, because even though you duplicated Zarya, your max HP is 300. Krong's max HP is like 475, so go for that backline. Huge grab. The backline tries to split. They both get caught anyway. You clean that one up, you do win that fight. But remember, Charge did all of this and got that distance 4v5, because somebody was solo pushing the payload the whole time. And Charge started a fight inside the casino of that C point 4v5 and nearly won it still.
Narrow margins there. Not too much further to go. Need to get this cap onto B pretty soon here if they want to have a greater time bank finish than the Seoul Dynasty. Granted, they still need to, of course, push through the final stretch of the point. So work is definitely cut out for them right now. This Prophet takes back to the skies. He'll apply some pressure here. Just hoping that somebody will kind of walk into one of these left clicks.
Nano nearly available for Creative here, so that's something that they need to walk up forward with very quickly. Depending on Smurf's energy, it probably will go on him.
Solo grab on
There it is.
Smurf. The Nano comes out in response. Gets anti there for the moment, but then Prophet gets on top of him. Sicky Bombs finish off Prong far away out of the fight. Just like that, we'll dip below a minute remaining as these members of the Guangzhou Charge need to exit or they need to die. Get that fast reset. See them buying some time here. Hunting choice they want down on the low ground.
And this, by the way, will be the biggest difference maker in terms of the slowdown, because in this exact same scenario, Seoul have already capped, they're already on C, already pushing through C, making massive distances. We're going to head into the OT for the Guangzhou Charge, and either they do cap, they can't match time anymore, because it's 138 for Seoul.
Yeah.
In Charge, they'll be lucky to finish the map with this kind of pacing. They've kind of lost all momentum. They were doing such a great job exiting A, going on B, but since Seoul kind of, you know, stabilized off the back of Prophet duplicating Azaria, it's been in Seoul's hands.
That very much has been, and they have the ult advantage quite massively here with Prophet nearly to that next duplicate. Far away, trying to build up the Nano. Otherwise, they're still a ways away from the Blade. Grab lobbed in, Smurf gets right in on top of them. Krong first to fall, Fitz finds the kill. Smurf back on his feet, looking for another target. Stabilizes, sees Unique, knows that he needs to go down. Is this tankiest one to try to contest the cart. And that will be the cleanup. Choice they want, just a little bit too late to arrive. He does have a blade. He's looking for some kills. The map is over. Seoul Dynasty will take Circuit Royale. A great start from the side of the Guangzhou Charge. They're on that attack, but unfortunately, like you said, the momentum, it really slipped out of their fingers. That hold from Prophet, getting the duplicate onto Krong, buying so much time with Azaria, it was a bit of an ankle breaker, it felt like, there for Charge. They weren't able to recover after that.
We've seen plenty of duplicates fumble as well. When you dupe somebody, you're instantly out of the duplicate. I mean, I think that's been the average dupe, but that dupe from Prophet was goddamn. I mean, that really was the difference maker, because Smurf died 4v5, or maybe even worse, can't remember who was alive. Seoul looking like they were probably going to lose the fight if Prophet missed dupes. And crazily enough, by the way, most of the Echo players I've seen have been duplicating non-tanks. They've been duplicating Arnes and all sorts of other plays, not the tank. Prophet's like, why would I do that? Of course I'm going to take the Zarya. Does and wins.
Well, big plays from Prophet, big plays from the entirety of the Dynasty there, but Charge down but not out. Still keeping things relatively competitive, just the stars haven't aligned yet for them. Need to maintain that momentum when they have it, and then maybe they'll be able to take us into a map win. King's Row is going to be coming up next as we get ready to head to Hybrid, so we'll see if they can get it done there and start to work towards a reverse sweep. Otherwise, the Dynasty are looking to string together back-to-back sweeps. Don't go anywhere, guys. The action continues in just a few minutes. Alrighty, we are back, potentially going into our final map of this series. Seoul Dynasty currently leading 2-0. They get Circuit Royale, looking very one-sided. Charge, good start on their attack, but unfortunately they lose the momentum. It all falls flat, and they cannot get to point B. Now we turn our sights over to Kings Row to see if the Charge can stabilize. They've shown moments of brilliance here, Avril. They've shown they absolutely can be competitive, but it just hasn't really made it. They haven't been able to really keep doing it throughout an entire map to be able to get a win.
It's this whiplash from the Guangzhou Charge. I think yesterday's reverse sweep is similar, right? Where Charge looked great for 2 maps, and the next 3 maps it's falling apart. And here we're seeing it within the actual maps itself. We're specifically looking at that Circuit Royale. Yeah, Charge looked like a completely different team. It looked like Seoul and Charge just kind of swapped sides from it. We swapped the nameplates. Who's playing who here? Charge, Dynamite, destroying Seoul. And then one perfect dupe later, Seoul are back to themselves. Charge are back to their old selves as well. And we're back to where we started. So it is unfortunate to see the Charge here. Again, I don't think we really expected them to win today. Seoul is, to me, the best team. Maybe the second best team, depending on who's better between them and Hangzhou right now. Charge, They're struggling. They're making a bit of a comeback, but it's not enough to take down a juggernaut like Seoul right now. Can they make another reverse sweep? Can they make a reverse sweep happen? They got reverse swept, which is to say that they started up 2-0 and couldn't finish it up. So this time they don't even get to start up 2-0. It's that hard.
Yep, a very difficult spot to be in here for the side of the Guangzhou Charge, but again, if they can just keep it together for a map, they've shown that they absolutely can play at that level that is necessary to be able to deal with the Dynasty, be able to deal with Prophet and Fitz, take down Smurf in that front line. It's just they often do it, and then one little thing goes south, and it all starts to really unravel from there. Let's see, though, moving back over to one of the most played, most standard maps in competitive Overwatch history. We'll see if they can get it done on Kings Row.
Ready.
Seoul Dynasty back on the Smurf, Winston, and the compositions are, the great thing about Smurf now, and this is what I think makes him one of the top tanks, is the flexibility coming on through. And now Seoul Dynasty are really, don't get baited by the Orisa, not happening. Seoul Dynasty are really now, I think, reaping the rewards of selecting the right solo tank, not having to rely on a second tank on the roster at all. You got your 2-time champion here. He knows what he's doing, and he can also play off tanks and the Doomfist. I mean, Smurf was on Sigma, for Christ's sakes, and doing well. He's been on the Doomfist. He's been on the Zarya.
There's been smatterings of that Sigma, but it's pretty few and far in between when you do get to see that rush push coming through quickly around the corner.
There's only one map that gets played on, to be fair.
Yeah. Well, Prophet shifting over to the Genji. They were rushing into Hotel, got a sleep onto Krong, and then everybody made a swift exit. Prophet now thinking better of it. Looks like he's going to move off the Genji now over onto the Echo. Okay,
Seoul doing a lot of a bit of soul searching, I think, to find that right comp. Just a few more members. Okay, now it is going to be the Winston. He was thinking about the Zarya, and they just want to play dive. They're looking at the back line of Guangzhou, thinking this is pretty diveable.
They also, want to be able to get in on top of develop if necessary. Tracer, try to go ahead and scout out the position. See the ping coming down. Smurf, though, taking a hell of a lot of damage, and he's going to be dead in transit. Great shot from develop. Good setup there from Choice A1 to really soften up the Winston. The elimination. And Prophet going to be forced to recall, and I think he thought that develop pulled back into the hallway. He did not. He re-peeked. He gets that kill. It's now going to be taking a nap. Looks like he's safely inside the movie theater, but as I say that, Krong will get the elimination. So far, so good here from the side of the Guangzhou Charge.
And now they're pushing up as well. I mean, they're on the double decker here. They've pushed up to the theater even, and at this point, Seoul trying to break out of spawn first and foremost. Seoul need to be the team that kind of pull that trigger, but it's hard for them. Like, really, they need to dive onto Faraway, right? But he is being bodyguarded by Unique's Brig. They would also like develop, but they have to kind of play around the hookshot timings. Smurf and Prophet as that diving duo, it has been a difference maker in the past, especially yesterday versus Fusion. We need to see that setup again now where Prophet can land on Smurf together for targets.
For now, it's going to be everybody piling in to the Graviton Surge. Choice A1 taking a nap there for just a moment, but does still get the sticky bombs through to Vindheim to find the elimination. point for now as Fitz is going on a big wrap around the back. Helix rockets, and the shot's not really connecting onto Develop. Only gets a little bit of chip damage there onto the Widowmaker. Wrap around into the bar. I mean, he is just going on a huge flank here, but he needs to find some value. You got Smurf occupying space, drawing attention at the front. Well, Fitz tries to offer up some damage from the back. Sends another Helix rocket, rotates back over towards the high ground. Does have that tac visor, and that's been enough of a pull for them to nearly get 2 ticks. The recontest will finally come in. Choice A1 now going to be nanoed up, gets in on top of Creative, beams him down to death. For a little bit more as Vinheim just plays around the bubble, trying to stay safe. The dupe comes through. He's looking now. Shifts over to the Tracer, trying to get in on top of this enemy Lucio. Recalls, keeps the dupe alive for a little bit longer. Now has the pulse bomb, but can he get a stick here in the last few seconds? Is the question. Moves up, searching for it, lobs it in. Won't have the stick, won't get the damage, but still is going to be safe to retreat.
And where was Fitz? He actually had an insane angle. I thought Fitz was going to visor from the high ground. He must have been pushed out. No, he's actually gone all the way to the back again. Now the visor comes on. He is still
very much in. Now the visor comes in. He's low HP, won't be able to escape, but it's already done enough. The rest of the team is piled forward through the archway. As Creative is left alone to get the cap, the team kill will come through. They'll add 2.5 minutes here to the time bank, but it's still a good amount of time bought from the side of the Guangzhou charge. Grong respawns just in time, so no split spawns to be found.
That's hilarious because I was saying the whole time, like, you know, Smurf and Prophet, they need to link up together, get these dives going, and Fitz is like, I'll do it. I'm on the back line, I'll dive with you, Smurf, and he's right there. Smurf got taken down in the early stages. This will give Guangzhou Charge now the ability to play a lot closer. They want that really close hold on the archway, and they have the ultimates to do so. Now that Seoul have expended most of their ultimates, minus a nano coming on up, Guangzhou's time is now to slow this payload even further and get that timing down. Like you said, they did a good job of that on A, they can do that again on B.
Yep, absolutely. This is one of the most impregnable positions in Overwatch, you know, to try to break through. It's, most people would say probably, you know, what, this and then Hangar on Gibraltar can be 2 of the toughest places to try to break through. So far, though, Dynasty are shoving the charge quite far back towards point B. Grong going down. Not a lot to stand behind. As Prophet comes up with 2, looking for a little bit more. Just chipping away, looking for some damage, looking to build up for another dupe.
I think a lot of that charge forward pressure has to come from the grab, but Grong dies at 99, so just not quite there. Nano not quite there from far away either to make that save happen. If they get the grab, they play it based off the Bionade as well. That could be a really good team fight win from Guangzhou Charge, but now they can no longer hold close. They have to try and retake and come back in with this, but Smurf's already in the back line.
That he is, playing up above. Pretty darn close now to having that primal as well. So look to displace everybody off the cart should he need to, or survive if he gets solo grabbed by Grong. He's going to drop down, he's diving into the back lines, he's looking for development, grabs the Mega Pack, receives a bubble. Be safe for now. Smurf now in a bit of an awkward spot, waits it out, goes low, pops the Primal Rage. Now looks for a little bit more, diving in, shoving everybody away. The Sleep Dart will finally connect. They get the kill, we'll have to just wait and see. They're looking for it. Yes, they will manage to finish him off, but the cart in the meantime got capped. So it's still down to shy of 3 minutes remaining for this whole Dynasty for the final stretch of the map. Charge do get a little bit of a forward position established.
It's a sad Graviton Surge is what that was from Grong. Perfectly played by Smurf. The fact that he baits the grab and it's like, what are you going to do with this? I have a primal, you just simply can't kill me. They chase him down and get him, but at what cost, right? Because the point was already capped off the back of some great movement from Smurf and great initiation from Smurf onto that backline, forcing the pressure to be on towards him and allowing that free cap.
They want looking for the assassination. They're on and Fitz can't quite make it happen, and now he is angry. Pushing back forward here.
Rally cancelled.
For another target. Quite a bit of damage going through. As the kills come flying. Choice they want dead on the back there. Prophet finding him. A spot far away. Fitz trying to get into a position to maybe get some shots across. Takes him low. Almost gets the finish. Looks like far away will manage to stay alive.
They don't build the rallies like they used to, Achilles. It used to give you armor. Now it's just that green health. Fitz will completely tear right through it. By Unique, charge down on their last leg, still got ultimates to play through. Soul though, similar ultimates, and I think the Sound Barrier, very good here to counter develop it. What are we going to do with these duplicates? We've already seen Prophet basically win a map off a duplicate. If he does that again, copies from Zarya, could be dynamite.
One beam goes out, finds a Prophet, gets the elimination, no dupe to be found. More time bought. A little pull away here from some of the members on the side of the Dynasty as Fitz just continues to hold the high ground. Now he's going to be taking a nap, but Vinheim is here to body block. Sees the push up, gets the boom. Fitz still falling low, but still
great healing.
Will survive, at least for now. Good healing coming in. Prophet now goes for the duplicate. Finds Grong yet again. Now there's an extra Zarya in the fight. Nano goes out on the Fitz just to keep help keep him alive. Falls low, sound barrier, even committed here. All just to keep 8 Private Fits alive. So far it's working a treat. Prophet running out of time, however, doesn't quite build up for the grab. Gets in the last few seconds of the duplicate, now loses out on it, but Choice One is instantly broken away from his.
Seoul Dynasty still have place to walk through. I don't know if they can cap yet because Vindame has to very quickly come back from Well, he doesn't even really want to play the Lucio. Ooh. He's got Moira and then Bat. And to really groove it with the Bat, Seoul have to wait. They can't push here, so they have to wait for Vindame. They lose all forward pressure. And we're running out of time now. Seoul's ability to cap is diminishing.
That it is. Vindame will be joining in now. Jumps up over the top, doesn't play the high ground, stays low, just starts pumping out heals. Seeing what he can get done. Smurf falling low, pops a bubble, grabs come out, trading. There's the immortality field. It keeps Smurf in the fight at least for a little bit longer. Kwong eventually does find that elimination after the Develop is able to clear the immortality field. Prophet getting unique. Kwong now swapping over to the Doomfist, looking to join back in as we enter into overtime. Choice one with the Smurf HP. Fitz finally gets him in the end. He looks rockets flying from both sides. Fitz has to reposition, pulls back away, breaks line of sight for just a moment. As Prophet receives the nano boost and looks for the elimination. He's got it. Kwong melted down, and now it's all on unique. Nano up the brig is here on the point, trying to play in, and oh man, what a shield bash. Takes himself back onto safe and solid ground, but still is met with death upon his return. Fitz will emote as they do manage to crash the cart here into the end of the map.
Amazing damage from Prophet. Taking down Kwong in that way, giving them a tank advantage. Smurf also comes back on the Doom. They just have to get past the Nano, right? You know, you would have loved it if the Nano went onto Kwong instead of keeping him alive longer, but I just don't think that play was linked up. Maybe Kwong died too early, Farway wasn't there, who knows, but for Charge, it looked like they could potentially hold on. Time was in their favor, respawn advantage was in their favor, but the damage wasn't there. Prophet did it all. Fitz was outputting it as well. And the Vindame Bat, I'm still 50-50 on that one, but yeah, I mean, I guess a lamp did keep Smurf alive just that much longer, didn't save his life at the end of the day. Hard to get value on a lamp these days when you have soldiers so deep in the meta that can pretty fast, pretty quickly kind of delete that immortality field, right? So yeah, it's not my favorite sort of pick from Vindame there. I think he could have come back on the Lucio, but Seoul Dynasty will get it across the line off the back of, I think, Prophet at the end of the day.
Well, they managed to make it work, but no time left in the bank. Guangzhou charge. We'll see if they can get a finish on the map with, you know, over a minute. Deny Seoul Dynasty from getting any extra innings. Otherwise, I mean, first and foremost, you know, you got to take the step, finish the map. Worry about that, then worry about how much time is left in it. If they can get there also in OT, both teams will operate with a minute. Develop now. Opening with the Widowmaker, sends a couple shots over towards Smurf. Looks like he's thinking about sticking with the pick for a little bit longer. But isn't moving forward, so he's just looking for any kind of target that might show their face.
He's got a decent amount of range difference coming through via Fitz on the Soldier. Smurf probably could have played the Winston here. I mean, when you see the Tracer, you're really thinking it should be probably the Tracer Winston together, but no, it was Zarya instead. In some ways, it'll help Prophet, but because he has to play against Kwong, it'll still be somewhat difficult. Neither team looking towards a Reaper. I think that could be a big difference maker, but Choi really trusting in his Echo today and Develop wants to snipe.
That he does. Repositioning now, gets himself back up over here towards the theater. Still, though, Dynasty playing very well to just not give line of sight over to this Widowmaker whatsoever. We'll see here Prophet at 50%, building up towards that Pulse Bomb. Develop only at 36, and a lot of that at this point is going to be natural tick-up just from existing, just from being in the game all the way. I mean, he is deep in, and now he's going to be slept as he tries to go upstairs. Wow. Farway is ready for him. They get the catch, and that could be the go button here for the Charge to actually get their presence over onto the point. Start capping it up. Still going to be contested for now. Prophet taking the recall.
Charge gotta go.
The shield bash there. They're diving forward. They're looking for the Tracer. Prophet taking a smattering of damage. And, oh man, actually gets chunked out even lower. Stays alive for now. The beam not going to find much. Smurf gets Nano. That pushes him back up towards full. And now the grab is available. He's going to duck and dive around the phone box. Manages to get the catch on the Kwong, and Fitz is there. Gets a couple of headshots through. Zaryas will be traded out. Develop finding that snipe, but Fitz gets rid of Choice A1. 2-for-1 special now here for the side of the Seoul Dynasty as Fitz is starting to take it over.
Fitz will get the kills at the end of the day, but that took so long. I mean, so long for the Charge to push on through. I mean, Vindame Alright, well there's his Reddit Lucio clip. I was going to say, he's looking for that Reddit clip, you know, going straight into that theater, just diving with the backline, who knows what he's actually doing. This time they'll actually find the kills. Prophet still has blinks, but gets destroyed by Develop. Can Charge make use of the 5v4 again? Last time they didn't even get a tick. That's so sad.
Okay, well now they've got the infra site rolling, so they know everybody's position. Develop moves forward here in Hotel, and the Dynasty just waiting. So yeah, we've got to sack a good amount of this. So it looks like 2 ticks at least going to be given up. Benheim dead yet again. That means the Dynasty win the fight, right? There's the pulse bomb. Prophet finding one. The grab goes through. Develop's got the easy headshot. Prophet trying to apply some pressure, but it comes in a little bit too late. Still gets dinged. Can't believe he actually hit that. Just wasn't a full charge shot, so can't get the elimination. Under a little bit of pressure, has to back away. Breaks line of sight from Fitz, but the cap comes through all the same. 3 minutes and 38 seconds now on the clock for the Guangzhou Charge, and they've got a good amount of ults getting ready to come up here to try to work with.
No idea how Benheim got called that second time, but I don't know. I'll assume it was for poor reasons, but you have to get the detective to come out and kind of work that one out a little bit. But Seoul, in any regard, Develop still getting more kills, even pushing Prophet away. This guy's hitting some real shots now. Can he continue to find these shots, though? It's Prophet on a fresh ult charge. Seoul Dynasty, no position here. Charge just walking forward.
Yeah, I mean, they're just going right around the back, and there's a triple ante going through. Krong slurping up the kills. 3 for him. Both supports plus the front line broken down. Fitz, he'll kill Develop back over by the cart, but it's not going to buy too much time.
Dude,
the cart is already so far beyond the archway.
This is Circuit Royale all over again. You know, Charge, they cap A after a little bit of back and forth, and now they're not quite spawn camping, but they're running into the choke point the Seoul Dynasty want to come out of. Solo pushing the payload. It literally is Circuit Royale again, but the problem is they still lost Circuit Royale because they didn't cap B. Can they get it done this time? Can they put up enough pressure? They have the ultimate. Prophet's not playing Echo. He can't dupe the Zarya again.
No, he certainly cannot. Speaking of duplicates and duplicating Zarya's, Choice A1 copying Smurf, looking for some damage. So far, the bubble's coming in, deny a lot of it away, and they will manage to break it before he can try to get that grab online. Good amount of damage being pushed out by him. Far away, sitting well into the back. Living up to the name here as he continues to take some shots. Prophet diving into the back line, trying to deal with the enemy Ana, but yeah, the sleep instantly connects in onto the Tracer, and Far away will get that kill. Smurf falling low. Was nanoed up to try to stay alive, still trying to kite back, still trying to stay in this fight. Now the sound barrier going to be used by Benheim to try to maintain this cart control. It's a 1.29 meters left to go here from the side of the Guangzhou Charge, and Fitz finds an opening kill. Develop going to be taken down now. The attack visor is rolling, but the members are falling down around him. He's looking for a little bit more, but he's not going to be able to get it. He alone cannot contest this cart, so it will get pushed in. And now it's 3 minutes left for the final stretch here for the Guangzhou Charge again. If they can finish with more than a minute, they will stop the Dynasty from getting a second attempt in OT.
Farway played that so well. He keeps Krong alive, puts the nano in, and then sleeps Prophet when Prophet tries to go from there. Solo kills Prophet, and by the way, I'm pretty sure Smurf wasted his grab. He did another nano grab. That could be 3 in a row now that we've seen from multiple different players, where he threw that one into the backline, but it did not connect. Prophet, on the other hand, will find that connection on that pulse bomb. And Seoul Dynasty might be looking to recover this one properly.
That's the second time he's gotten a stick there on to Choice A1. Grab going to be thrown in by Krong on his dying breath. Ends up falling over. Benheim going to be the only casualty so far for the side of the Dynasty, who now have cart control. The rest of the Charge forced back around the corner for now, so they wait for the Zarya to rejoin them.
My ultimate is almost ready.
They can breathe a sigh of relief if they get the grab out there.
Yeah, I mean, well, the grab's gone now, and I still look back at the grab from Smurf, thinking it could have gotten a lot of value, but bygones be bygones. B is out of the hands of Seoul now. C is still very much in contention. 3 ultimates, nearly 4 in line for the Charge. Not so many for Seoul. With Prophet down, that's probably going to be Seoul in a bit of trouble here.
Yeah, bubble up from Smurf as he tries to survive. The nano boost has to be used onto the Zarya. Okay. He just pushes right into Develop, manages to find the elimination, just counteracting everything the Develop was trying to get done. Rally is rolling from Unique. Gets that green health out onto the rest of the members here, the Guangzhou Charge. Smurf just waiting as the sticky bombs go off. His own grab nearly online. Krong falling low, the right click lob in, manages to get the ult online, and the rest of the team now need to make their exit, but Prophet is coming up with kills left, right, and center. Smurf will get the final one here as Develop is going to try to exit, but he's back over onto the Widowmaker, so cannot. Now the hold is there. 1 minute and 12 seconds left for the side of the Guangzhou Charge, so they're not going to be able to deny those extra innings. Now it all comes back down to just finishing the map, having a closeout here on King's Row, being able to actually go into overtime.
And if they do, it'll be an OT versus OT here. So both teams will get 1 minute in that time back to play through, which is likely at this stage. Smurf just puts his body on the line and survives against a full Nano Visor. Develops sniping on
many
this
ults
last
to work
point.
with, though.
He's taken down.
Yeah, Develop picked off the rally rolling now for Binham. They just take the fight straight over to the side of the Guangzhou charge. Prophet still holding on to this pulse bomb. Choice A1 assassinates Creative in the back lines, but that's all he can get done. Fitz has the capitalization there at the end. Now it's 30 seconds left on the clock for the Guangzhou charge.
Seoul look like they're going to hold because they got 4 ultimates coming online. It's another Nano soon. Could be a Nano Vice, could be anything. Prophet has been so good on these sticks over the course of the last 2 days. Grabs there, I mean, Charge, they need a miracle. Develop needs to hit a miracle shot here to give them another play advantage.
And he needs to do it right here, right now. And there's the start. Gets Prophet, checks the corner, and that's going to be that pulse bomb out of the fight. Fitz here with attack visor, pulling back, breaking line of sight, making sure the Develop cannot do the same to him what he just did to Prophet. Prophet, however, will be respawning. Attack visor expires, doesn't find too much value there overall for the side of the Dynasty, but there's still the potential for this big bang combination if Smurf can nail a grab. Get a couple targets, maybe break those bubbles quickly. They could still shut this down, but the Guangzhou charge are looking to push in. Choice A1, gonna go for the dupe here onto Prophet, trying to build up the pulse bomb. Destroys the poison trap. In the meantime, grab has been used by Smurf. Don't see where it went. Already has expired. Now the answering grab comes in. They lock him in place. Develop gets a headshot. Prophet with the pulse bomb will get far away. But now Fitz gonna be taken down. Develop is coming up with kills. Choice A1 out of the dupe. The cart advancing forward. Someone's got to contest it. It's going to be Vindheim. Prophet finds Unique. He finds Choice A1. Prophet is starting to dominate right now. In the clutch moment when they need him, he's answering the call. Krong pops the bubble. Smurf is returned on the Doomfist. Krong falls, and he was the only one contesting it. It's so darn close, but in the last few seconds, Prophet just goes absolutely off. Destroys the remaining members of the charge. Denies them the finish. Denies them overtime. And that gets them the 3-0 victory in the series.
And like I said, you know, no longer just playoffs Prophet. Regular season Prophet now dominates as well. No more supports for the Guangzhou charge. Krong trying to keep it alive. Develop with the hero plays. I mean, look, I said Charge had no shot unless a miracle happened. It probably had to come through from developed headshots, and he got them. He got multiple of them, actually. And it looked possible. It turned from not quite possible or extremely unlikely into actually this could be real. This could actually be Guangzhou charge making a solid push for the final cap, pushing us into a time bank. And we'll see what happens from there. But when your supports are gone, and by the way, you can't just rely on Develop to continue hitting those shots. To even hit the shots that he did so far was pretty darn good. If he continued hitting shots, I guess he'd just be the best Widowmaker in the world. So a little bit too hard for Krong to maintain control there. The rest of Dynasty, they have respawn advantages. Prophet is just a god on that last point, and Seoul will get the sweep.
Just, you know, they put the signal up in the sky, he answers, and he absolutely delivers. Prophet looking incredible. Though, despite his heroics there at the very end of the map, he is not a player of the match. There was somebody else who, of course, caught our eye a little bit earlier on, and that is Creative, who was just absolutely wonderful to watch on our second map of Circuit Royale. I mean, the whole way through, nailing sleep darts when he's on the Ana. He goes over to the Zenyatta on Circuit Royale for the longest stretch of time there on the attack, and the man was finding so much impact.
Yeah, like I said, he actually had an equal amount of final blows as both Prophet and Fitz, your 2 DPS players, and one of the best 2 DPS players combined at one point. Just, I mean, again, whatever massage technique you're doing, keep doing it. It's working. It's really making Creative just an insane player. Pocket healing, dynamite stuff, Seoul Dynasty in general. Have to say, to me, they're just looking like such a solid team, and so many good sleep darts. Just massive value. I think. I mean, he's
locked into a graph in that moment. He's stuck in a graph with like 4 other people, and he just, 3 other people, and he just manages to get that sleep dart. He identifies like, oh yeah, he's over there. Boom, puts Choice A1 on the floor.
Yeah,
beautiful stuff.
And that, by the way, is huge because I was going to comment in that moment. Usually, when you get like a 3-4 man grab, there's not a lot of AoE damage except the sticky bombs. The sticky bombs is the real, I think, that's the real tool you have to put into the big grab to get those kills. And Creative, I didn't even notice Creative slipped them. I just saw that in the replay when he pointed out, but he, again, somehow finds the exact person he needs to sleep every single time. It's insane how he does this.
It was actually a little bit too late, because thinking back, I believe that Vindheim did die to sticky bombs. post-sleep, so I think he actually managed to throw them first, but it's still just
did he?
incredible.
Well,
incredible target
you know what
selection
that
from
is?
Creative. A great reaction all the
Fitz,
same, so not to devalue it.
I saw Fitz diving into the clown car of that grab and just putting in that healing pad. Like, I'll help out, guys. We're in a grab. Like, we drop out the soldier healing pad. It'll help. It'll do something.
Man, but well, Dynasty, they do it again. They get another 3-0 sweep, very firmly asserting themselves and placing themselves at the top of the standings here in the APAC region. And right now, it looks like there are very few teams who can really contest against them. I mean, you talk about, okay, Hangzhou Spark were able to get the best of them in the first series, you know, that they both played in this season, but that was also a very off-form looking Seoul Dynasty. If they clashed again today, who knows what would happen? I think it would still be damn close, but you might give the edge to the Dynasty because they look clean, they look clutch when they need their players to step up in these dire moments when they're about to not even lose a map, have to play overtime. They manage to make it happen. They get the clutches through. Gorgeous stuff from them, but we'll probably talk a little bit more about this in just a few minutes when myself and Avril return, so don't go anywhere.
The Overwatch League is brought to you by Upper Deck, the official trading card of the Overwatch League. And by TeamSpeak, the official voice supplier of the Overwatch League.